you're going to need to see it, okay? So we have this table right here, and we can plot these points at -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -7, so that's going to be here, okay? And I got -6, -1, okay, -5, all right, somewhere there, -3, 1, and then 0, -1. Okay, so if you were to connect all these dots, okay, that's what our graph would look like, okay? And the problem with this is, and how you tell if it's a function or not, is if it fails what they call, or they by meaning math, okay, is a vertical line test, okay? So first of all, vertical is this way, it's up and down, okay? So you can take your pencil and you go across your graph from wherever it starts to wherever it finishes. When you have a straight vertical line like that, this does not pass the vertical line test, meaning it is not a function, okay? And that's a test that you can do to see if it works, essentially, when you're doing it with graphs. Now, you can do it with tables too, without having to graph it, and I'm going to show you how. But when we do graph it, and the most confusing one I think is when you have a graph, okay, and you have a straight line, people have a tendency to think that that's a function because you don't see points. A line is made up of 1,000 million points. Just like, I don't know, in science, right, there's 1,000 million, like atoms and molecules, I don't really know, okay? So math is the same way. A single line has bazillions and millions of points, meaning that those points line up into a straight line. So if it any way looks a little bit straight, it does not pass the vertical line test. Okay, but when you're doing it with tables, the rule is, okay, the x values can't repeat. Okay, if it does, then it's not a function. Okay, but the y values can, and we could see when we graph this that those 2 6s, okay, then you got one maybe right here and one right here. That means that they're going to connect together at a straight line before they go back over, and it's going to fail the vertical line test. Okay, but the y values can repeat. You could have let me see if there's this one. See how it has -1 and -1? That's okay, because you would have a -1 here and a -1 way over here. That would be a horizontal line. So we cannot have 2 x values. So if you look at number 1, do any of the x values, are they the same? Okay, yeah, they are. I got -6 and -6. That's not allowed. So this means no, it's not a function. Okay, the x values cannot repeat, but the y's can. So essentially, all you're doing is looking at the x's. Okay, so if we look at 3, do any x values repeat? No. Okay, so then yes, it is a function. Okay, so this one's going to be yes, it is a function. Okay, look at 5. Do any of these repeat? Yes, so then our answer is what? No. Okay, so it's kind of backwards, but so no, that's not a function. Okay, 7. Do any of the x values repeat? Yes, so then is it a function? No. Okay, 9. No, they don't repeat, so yes, it is a function. Okay, and then just to recap yesterday, what was the domain? X's or Y's? X's, and the range is Y's. Okay. Okay, so that's how we can tell if it's a function from a table. Okay. Now, when we're looking at mapping, okay, when we're looking at mapping, you can kind of tell just by looking at it too. So, if we were to graph this one, what this is saying is -3 goes to 4. Okay, so your point is -3, 4. Okay, and then we got -1 goes to -7. So it's going to be somewhere down here. And then I have 0 goes to 0, and 0 goes to 6. Okay, would that pass the vertical line test? No. So the rule with mapping is, and that's what these are called maps, you cannot have more than 2 arrows from the domain going to the range. So see how the 0 has 2 arrows? That's not allowed. So that makes it not a function. Okay? But you can have more than 2 going to the range, but not more than 2. So this one, it has more than 2, so this is going to be a no. It's not a function. Okay? Is this a function? Why not? 3 arrows from what? The 7. So we can see that 7 has more than 1, so this is going to be a no. It's not a function. Okay, what about 15? Yes, so we can also see on this one, see how the range has got 2 arrows going to this one? That's okay. Okay, but you can't have more than 2 coming from the same number on the domain. So this one is going to be yes, it is a function. Okay, 17. No, it's not a function. What number makes it not work? Yeah, the 1. Okay, the 1's got 2 arrows coming from it, and that's not allowed. Okay, 19. Does that one work? Yes, it does. Okay, so we've looked at tables. Okay, that was at the beginning. We looked at mapping, and now we're going to just do it with the vertical line test on graphing. Okay? If you don't get it, you need to raise your hand so I can show you with your own pencil. Okay? For some reason, some kids really struggle with the vertical line test and others do not. Okay? So, we're going to take our pencil, and it's really important. Just lay it on your paper so it's vertical with the graph, okay? And you're always going to start over here, okay, on the left side of the graph. So, you're going to go across and go across. Remember, if we have something that crosses 2 points, and it's vertical up and down, then it's not a function. So we can see here that it only touches my pencil once, it only touches my pencil once, it touches my pencil once. So, does this pass the vertical line test? Yes, so then yes, it is a function. Okay, 23, we're going to start out. Put your pencil. Okay, and we start going and we start going. And we already talked about a straight line. A straight line is made up of what? A bunch of points like this. So, see how 2 of those points go through my pencil at the same time? This is not a function, okay? It fails the vertical line test. Okay, 25. Okay, lay down your pencil on your paper. Start going from the left. Does this pass the vertical line test? No. Why not? Yeah, so if you were to draw a line like right here, and it's harder for me to see because my marker's short, but if this was our pencil, see how this is touching the blue and this is touching the blue on the same line? That's not allowed. Okay, so this does not pass the vertical line test. So this is going to be a no. Okay, 27. Does that pass the vertical line test?
No.
No, it doesn't. Okay, where about does it not pass? Yeah, so somewhere like even like right here, okay? It's touching right here and right here at the same time. Is everybody good? Somebody need help? Okay. So this one's gonna be a no. Okay, and then 29, does that pass the vertical line test? No, why not?
Because it's still in the bend. It's still gonna.
Yes, so the general rule is if you have a graph that is either a closed shape, okay, circle, square, triangle, or the graph is, if it's on a sideways, even if one side is like way over here, but the other side's way over here, if there's an arrow, what that means is like, it keeps going. So if you have a graph that's sideways, it's probably not a function. Okay, if you have a graph this way, it probably is. Or if it's like a V that's shaped this way, okay, it probably is. But the second you start to turn that graph even a little bit sideways, it's probably not a function. Okay, this one's gonna be a no. Okay, and same thing here. So see how this bends right here? Okay, that is really a bunch of tiny little points, and so all those little points are gonna add up to not work, okay? The rest is for you guys to do. You got 15 questions. Get them done and then put it in the box. You have plenty of time.